So guess what? So I don't know if you saw this, but Harry Reid sat down with David Axelrod from the Axe Files. How do you use your passion to brand your name? My name's David Axelrod. So I would say something like, hey, ask me a question. I'm submitting my name and branding it with my passion.
He's like if a yawn became a person.
He's talking with David Axelrod, and Harry Reid is about to kill Elizabeth Warren's campaign. Here we go. Watch this.
There is a concern as well that's expressed by some establishment Democrats that she is too far left.
I think that's...
There's a concern. There's a concern that Liz Warren, if she gets into office, might actually do things to help people. There's a concern. Can you help us?
Let's just wait. For example, Medicare for all, asked me, how do you feel about that? I said, I think what we need to do first is let's make sure Obamacare is strengthened again. Republicans have done everything they can to hurt it. Let's strengthen it. We almost got the public option the first time. That's as good as Medicare for all anyway. And so
that's not what she's saying.
Well, but
by the way, what does strengthening Obamacare mean, Annie? What is it? We gotta just say it 5 times in a mirror. Strengthen Obamacare, and boom. I'm like, look, Lizzie Borden. What happens?
Beetlejuice.
Give her some time. I think that she's not in love with that. I think you will wait and see how that all turns out.
So you think she's more pragmatic than...
Oh, I know she's pragmatic. Just wait.
Pragmatic. She's pragmatic. I mean, she's pragmatic. You ever see white guys get so excited about a fucking word before? Oh, pragmatic? Oh, she's pragmatic? That's corporate speak for she's gonna sell out? Oh, God, thank God. Holy shit, then she's good.
And this is the guy who couldn't even find the Ark without Indiana Jones's help. So I don't care what he has to say.
These, ladies and gentlemen, 2 American rich white guys comforting each other that nobody poorer than them will get anything that makes their lives any better. Don't worry, they're not going to get their health care. Fuck them. And I love what this guy says. He goes, and then they pretend to not have a purity test when we all know damn well that they're adhering to the purity test of their donors, who will only accept small tweaks to the ACA. So it's not us who have the purity test. It's these corporate pricks who will not do anything except what the donors say is okay. And the donors say no Medicare for all. And so that's why guys like Harry Reid and David Axelrod sit around and say shit like that. Oh, thank God she's pragmatic. So watch, he goes one step further.
Do you think the party itself, there's this lament that the party is drifting left?
David, you and I have been involved in Democratic politics for a long time.
Yes.
I think that what's going on now is no different than what's happened in years past. Primary, they're always pulled to the left. That's what the parties do to candidates.
In the general election,
they move quickly. That's what history's all about.
This segment could have been called 2 white guys hope for a candidate as boring and conservative as they are, because that's what they're doing. Yeah. That's what this is. And by the way, this guy says, why are we listening to Harry Reid? Good question, but somebody has a good answer. Because her jump from Harvard professor and left media guest to actual politics, including advisory on the CFPB and her Senate run, were brought along by Harry Reid, so he might just have some insight into Warren. Why do we allow so many the use of pragmatic here by Axelrod is so presumptuous and used in a way only people of that consultant political class would use it, right? That's pragmatic is the key word that liberals use when referring to someone who will back down at the earliest opportunity.
Yes.
When I hear pragmatic, incremental, smart policy, it means there will be crumbs for the people. It's what elites do. That's right. Framework, step to the right direction, moving forward. Thieves have been giving us equality and piecemeal for so long, we already know all the buzzwords. All right, so that's exactly what they're talking about. And just so you know, three-way tie in Iowa. Biden, Warren, and Sanders, three-way tie, and then Pete Buttigieg is there too. So I just want to. So you see that you see her tell. She's got to tell.
Child be allowed to serve on a board of a foreign company?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go back and look at the details.
Do you think that could be a problem?
Okay, so that's she has tells. So here she is on this show.
Eyes hard, upper right.
Yeah, yep.
An LP.
And now watch how she does this where she starts to lie and she starts to hold herself. So this guy asks her, "Why did you become a Republican in the first place? I mean, a Democrat in the first place. What happened?"
What were your views back in the day? Because if I read correctly, you were a Republican up until the mid-'90s, I think until 96.
Nah. Nah. No, you were a fucking Republican. Nah. Can you do that? Hey, didn't you do some time? Nah. Anyway.
You were in rehab for a meth addiction.
Nah.
No. Okay.
Hey, you voted for the Iraq War? Nah. Anyway.
Jacuzzi.
So watch her full answer.
What were your views back in the day? Because if I read correctly, you were a Republican up until the mid-'90s, I think until 96.
Nah.
But watch how she grabs herself when she watches. She starts to lie. Watch.
I wasn't politically active.
She goes, "I wasn't politically active." That's what she says. And whoever put this together is showing you that she was politically active because she's given a speech at the Federal Society, and that's in 1991. So
what
that's
were your views back in the day? Because
so watch
if I
how
read
she
correctly, you were a Republican up until the mid-'90s, I think until 96.
Nah. I just wasn't politically active.
Ah! Yeah. And here she is. You want to know what she was talking about? At the Federal Society, she was giving it to poor people who had credit card debt. You ready? Watch this. Watch this.
Most of the people who do not pay their credit card debts, in fact, do not go into bankruptcy. You know what they do? They just don't pay them. And they move. And they change names. And there are a lot of responses to debt. I mean, keep that in mind. Knocking over a 7-Eleven is a response to debt.
Ha 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 ha.
Jeez.
Wow.
She goes, most people go into credit card debt, just don't pay them. They move, they change their name. There's a lot of responses to debt. Knocking off a 7-Eleven is a response to debt. That's what she's saying about, and watch this.
It is not the case that if you cannot get a discharge in bankruptcy, that somehow you will become a responsible person.
So she just said that if you get it, so this is them arguing over should you be able to discharge your credit card debt through bankruptcy, and she is saying if you can discharge your debt through a credit card debt through bankruptcy, that does not guarantee you will become a responsible person. That's what she's saying. That's who she was, and so it's okay if you were this hell monster, right? Which is what she was, doing this kind of bullshit during the Reagan fucking era. She was a Republican. God damn it. She was a Newt Gingrich Republican. All of this still. She's a. I know, right? And she's up there demonizing people who have credit card debt. Do that. So to sit there and go, "Oh, nah, I wasn't a Republican. I wasn't active." Wow. It makes me think she's a fucking liar. That's what that makes me think. Well, why can't you just tell the real story? What happened? What made you go, "I used to be a Republican"? And like Cenk Uygur used to say, he goes, "I used to be pro-war. I used to do war rallies, and then I was a cheesehead and all the stupid guy, and I mean from Wisconsin." And so those are compelling stories. Why does she lie about her story? I wasn't very. So that makes me suspicious.
I think when the change is genuine, not only do you have a story and a very distinct one, but you actually like telling it. Because it's a big part of why you are where you're at now.
So you're saying you don't think her change is genuine?
Yeah, I'm implying that big time. Yeah. I need to check. Hold on, I need to check.
You know what? She has a technique, though, and she means the shit out of whatever it is. Mean the fuck out of it.
You know, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually a woman of color. Surprise. And, you know, I think you probably already are aware that when she was a professor at Harvard, that they touted her as a woman of color. Yes, in the 90s, they said she was on their faculty as a Native American.
Yeah. I'd have to go back and look at it.
Right. I gotta go look at it. And you know what? I thought, oh my God, Harvard's diversity is, I think when they see diversity, they think of a white woman wearing blush.
Boom.
So
that was fun.
This guy. This guy says Warren doesn't need me to defend her, but I think it's possible for a politician to move away from the center or away from the fringes. I think a lot of people inherit their political identities until they've had experiences to form their own. And this guy says, see, I won't give that benefit of the doubt because I work with mass tort, meaning that's that bankruptcy thing. And the idea of someone arguing to weaken it because some smaller companies swear they'll go bankrupt is extremely naive and shows a lack of empathy on the human side of the equation. As she keeps stating, it was process-based. She realized Democrats are better for the economy, is how she frames it. This is problematic for me because she was in the trenches representing some extremely boring but vile mechanisms, and her own story isn't a moral conversion. So do you follow all that? What they're saying is there she was when she was giving that speech, and she's up there battling voraciously, or whatever the word is I'm looking for. For the boring mechanisms to screw the poor people, like bankruptcy relief and credit card debt and things like that. That's what she's talking about. And her story isn't a moral conversion. That's why she doesn't tell it, I guess.
Yeah, because it's like, look, like you said, like Mike Preisner, right? He was an Iraq war vet, and he gives this very compelling story of he went over there, patriot, post 9/11, I'm going to fight for America, and then these series of events happened, and he was like, I couldn't do this anymore, and he came out and he gave that Winter Soldier speech, and he's been advocating ever since, because he was like, I was lied to. It's all these, so she can't even do that, because she has not changed. She stood right where she is, which is a Reagan Republican. The Republican Party has gone further to the right. The Democrats are now where the Reagan Republicans were. They're just a bunch of pro-choice Republicans. She hasn't fucking moved.
That is such a great point. So Elizabeth Warren hasn't moved left. It's the Democratic Party that moved to the right, and now she feels comfortable inside that fucking party because it's a bunch of Wall Streeters and military-industrial complex and fossil fuel motherfuckers. That's why, I guess I knew this somewhere inside me. But I needed Graham to spell it out like that. And now going forward, I can tell that story as if I thought of it.
It's the Overton rotating door.
Yes, yeah, oh. The Overton rotating door. Do you get the Overton window? It's now a rotating fucking door.
I want my name back, by the way.
I know.
For fuck's sake.
Our next live Jimmy Dore show is November 5th in Buffalo, New York, November 17th in Philadelphia, and December 27th in Honolulu. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all of our live shows and become a patron or a Jimmy Dore Show member at jimmydorecomedy.com/join and support the show. We give you hours of bonus content every week. Thanks for your support.